Hello again, this is Soledad with Canning with Sol, and today I am going to show you how to can sweet potatoes. Now, why would I can sweet potatoes? Imagine already having them in a jar and then all of a sudden you feel like, let me have some sweet potatoes when just add your marshmallows and your brown sugar and they're ready. I love sweet potatoes all the time, that's why I like them. When I go to Luby's and I like to get them as a dessert. I just love sweet potatoes. I guess that's why I want to do it. But it's so easy. All you do is you wash them really well. I wash them so they could already be washed. I'm going to use, all you're going to need is you cut them, you try to cut them around the same size. That way when you're boiling them for 2 minutes, they cook at the same time. So you can cut them in whatever shape you want them. I like to do them, this is the second time that I do them and I really like the way they came out. And I don't do too many, that way I don't have them for too long. I guess, I don't know. I guess if my kids were younger and like I say, and if I had a bigger family, just base it on your family. I try to do some that are dinner size for me sometimes, or when I cook something for me and my husband. And sometimes I pack lunch for my daughter, so I do it for her too. So I guess just do as many as you think you would like. When you're trying it out the first time, try to make a little bit. That way if some don't seal, you don't have a lot of them to eat at the same time. And especially when you're barely starting, don't get into the habit of wanting to pack big quantities, because then you're gonna lose a lot of food and then you're gonna get discouraged. The first thing I canned was water, like I said, because I wanted to make sure that my jar sealed. After that, the next thing that I canned was applesauce. Applesauce is something really easy to start off with when you're water bathing. Once you're used to and comfortable with a water bath, then I would suggest pressure can. Pressure can is totally different, but it's so much faster. For sweet potatoes or potatoes, it's the same steps on the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. I have some potatoes here that I'm going to use in case I need more for these potatoes to fill the counter. Like I said, you always want to have it full and not leave a hollow space, because that way the water circulates the same and they cook at the same temperature at the same time. That's how water works. So all you want to do is cut them into the size that you really want. There's really no size. The other time I did them in little chunks, and then I made some in spears. Just me. I started to make it quick. There's really no thing on how to do them, because you're either gonna eat them in slices, or you're gonna smash them and eat them with marshmallows and brown sugar. That's how I like them the best. It's a really good alternative for a healthy dessert. If you're craving something sweet, try to do, I'm gonna do the quart size, but you can also do the pint size, like this pint size, or even the smaller ones. That way you can have them in individuals when you're getting that urge. This would have been nice when I was pregnant and I would crave weird things. I would have done whatever I crave in small quantities. That way I already had them ready to go. So there is no right size, just whatever size you're filling into. Sometimes you can just cut them in fours, but remember that when you put them in the jars, it's going to leave a lot of hollow space, so you want to pretty much pack them really well. You can either dry pack them like I did to my potatoes, or you can put hot water in them, which is, I'm going to do half dry pack and half water. That way you can, when they're done, I can show you the difference and you can see. But I've done both. I always like to do half and half, that way. If it's just the first time I'm canning something, I know the difference, and then maybe I like them better dry packed than with water. But tenderness, it's the same. Last time that I did them also half and half, so that I would know the difference, and it was the same. And they weren't very mushy either. That was a good thing. I thought they were going to be real mushy when I first made them, but no. And you're only going to put them in water for in hot water. I have it already boiling. That way, it would run faster because it's 10 o'clock at night, and I still need to process it. But I don't go to sleep early, so I seem to like to do things at night. So you're gonna dump them in here in the boiling water, and you're gonna leave them there for 2 minutes. That's why I wasn't putting them at first until they were all done. That way they would all go at the same time. And that's just to remove a little bit of the starch for the sweet potatoes. Potatoes have more starch, and these I didn't put them in boiling water. I just dry packed them. And these I'm only gonna use in case if I need jars to fill, because these come in handy. I loved it. I did some last time, and I did 4, like I always do 4, because that's what fits my pressure canner. And it worked really well because I was craving mashed potato, and I don't like boxed mashed potato, so they came in handy. So this is only to fill if I have a gap left, but I know I'm gonna have a gap because I only bought 4 potatoes, and I think it's gonna need more space. So I'm only doing that for that purpose. And I like the red potatoes, and I don't like to peel them because I actually like it with the peel. They're my favorite ones. I don't like the russet potatoes. Unless it's for a potato salad that my sister-in-law makes. She makes a really good one. But me personally, I like red potatoes. Whatever potatoes you have and whatever potato you like works, just to try. You can also do the little potatoes. You don't even have to cut them, just put them all together. Imagine I already have them done. All you do is put them in a little bit of butter and put your garlic and butter, and it'd be amazing. So the potatoes, you're gonna just put them by themselves. Now the potatoes, I did half, like I said, I always do half and half. I did half with water and half with no water, and I liked them better with no water because the potatoes themselves, they have their own juices. So they make their own juice. You don't have to. And you see, that's 3 potatoes. So this is just gonna be in case if I need more because of the sweet potatoes. I think I'm only gonna need one of them. So we'll see. We'll all about it. See what works. So this is just my emergency to fill the gap. Okay. Let's just wait for that. So it's been a minute. I need 1 more minute. It's not a lot of time that you put them, but those 2 minutes make a big difference. Okay, I'm not gonna need this anymore. Then I already have my jars washed. So you have them really washed. Remember, they have to be really washed. And remember, if the water in your water bath is hot, these have to be hot. Your water already, this is the one where I'm going to do a water bath. Remember, your pot has to have the rack at the bottom. If you don't have the rack, use your rings. Sometimes you don't have a rack. All you do is put your rings like this and just place your jars on top of it, as long as the jars are not completely on the fire. So you can use your rings for that purpose. But I have a rack. So this one, you fill it with water, and you're gonna have it already hot because the potatoes are gonna be hot. Remember, the sweet potatoes are hot. So this has to be hot. The reason I don't have it on is because I'm only using it for demonstration since it's 10 o'clock and it's gonna take a while. The processing time for water bath is 3 hours. Okay. The processing time for a canner that's over here is 90 minutes. 90 minutes for quart size, 70 minutes for pint size, but I'm using quart size, so it's 90 minutes. And the difference is the water bath, you have to, in 3 hours, you have to turn it off. So 3 hours, 10, 11, 12, it's gonna be 1 in the morning, so that's not gonna happen. The pressure canner, this one specifically right here, once it starts boiling and it's at a rolling boil, then you time it and you leave it alone and it turns off by itself. So in case if I fall asleep and I don't take them off, I can do that in the morning and it's fine. Nothing will happen. That's why I'm doing it right now. But since I'm teaching you about water bath, this is water bath. Fill it up. Make sure when it's filled up and you put your jars, there's water. If these are in here, two fingers above with boiling water. And that's all it is. It's just the boiling water and your jars. So I'm going to show you right now how to do that. I just have it here for illustration. So here you go. Your potatoes are ready. It's been 2 minutes. You're gonna fill it with your potatoes, and remember, you can dry pack them or you can put them with liquid. I am doing them dry pack. It can be whatever you want. You can try half and half or dry pack. I'm gonna do one half and half. Some dry pack and some with water so that you can see the difference. So these will be dry packed. Dry packed, I mean no water. Okay, there you go. And you're gonna leave them at a 1-inch headspace. Try to back up a little bit. There's a little bit of water. Let me take it out just so that you know the difference. Okay. And then I'm gonna make one with water. This one I'm gonna pack it with water. I am gonna need the potatoes. Fill it all the way to the top, leaving a 1-inch headspace. And you see, this was 4 potatoes, and I'm only needing 2 of them. So, take the liquid out. That's a 1-inch headspace right there. And this one has water all the way to the top. And I still have a little bit of potatoes over here that I want to try. They're really hot. Be very careful because they're hot. So there you go. One is with liquid and one is no liquid. So then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your rings, and I'm reusing this ring. There you go. You're gonna get your rings. You're gonna get a paper towel, this paper towel. Then you're gonna get some vinegar, and you always wanna go around the rings too, so they can seal more than anything. So then you're gonna wipe your rings, and you do this with everything. The only reason you don't do this is if it's dairy. There you go. And then you put your clean rings. Then you get your rings, and you do it fingertip tight. Fingertip tight is when you just do this. You don't tighten it hard, and then you just go half. So it's fingertip and then half, and that's it. These are ready. One with liquid, one with no liquid. So then this would be full of water, boiling water. So then all you do is you put them in here. That's it. And then you're gonna do your potatoes. Your potatoes. Then you put your ring, your lid, and your ring, and you do it. Since they process at the same time, you can put different stuff in the counter to fill it up. So there's another one, and then I'm gonna put another one. Okay, then your water is gonna be 2 fingers above. Then you put your lid. Once it starts boiling, what they call a boiling point, you'll see like all the bubbles and everything. Then you start typing, and it's gonna be 3 hours because the potatoes are thick, and they take 3 hours. So after your 3 hours are up, you wait, and I'll show you when they're done. But after your 3 hours are up, then you wait 15 minutes and you leave them there. After the 15 minutes, you open it, always away from you. So it's already been 3 hours. You open your lid, you take it off, you leave them here for another 10 minutes so that they can adjust to the temperature. So after the 10 minutes, somebody is getting some out of this. So it's already been 3 hours. You opened it, you took it out, and then you grab your things, take them out, and be very careful because they can slide. And all you do is you put them in your counter and you cover them for overnight. You leave them overnight, and then 12 hours later, you take them out and they should be ready. And in the morning, I'll show you how they come out. Also, the recipe calls for half of a teaspoon of salt. If you notice I didn't put any, that's because I choose not to. I don't want to put any. But you're supposed to put half a teaspoon. Normal people, I just don't like salt. So half a teaspoon goes in there, but I don't like salt. So after that, they should be done. So remember, you can do sweet potatoes and you can do potatoes. And they go same time, 3 hours. Over here, 90 minutes. And I'll show you that process later on. Right now I'm trying to get you more accustomed to water bath because it's easier. Okay, thank you so much. And see you in the morning so you can check out how they come out. Thank you for following Soledad with Canning with Sol. Good morning again. This is Soledad with Canning with Sol. And this morning we're going to continue with the sweet potatoes and red potatoes that we were doing last night. Remember, normally you leave these for, 12 to 24 hours, but mine has only been like 7 hours. But I'm going to show it so that I can post a video because I was on a little vacation and I haven't posted. So the potatoes were in here, remember? They were boiling. We left them here. We took them out. We put them in the counter and then we covered them last night. So this morning, what you do is you take off these were undisturbed last night. So you take off the towel and then these are your potatoes. This is the sweet potatoes, the ones that did not have liquid in them. You see how they went down? That's why you want to dry pack them a lot because they're gonna cook eventually. They still feel kind of warm because I had left them on my pot, but you take off the ring. The ring already served its purpose. You're not gonna need it anymore. This is how you store them. So the way you check them is you hold them from the ring and you put your hand down, and if it does this, you know that it's sealed. So even though those were in there and I didn't take them out, they're sealed. But I just want you to see so you can see the richness. This is with no liquid. Then they're gonna go in your sink because you have to wash them, remember. Now this is the one with liquid. You can see the water that we put hot water and they're boiling and they're on top. Then you remove the ring and then you test them like this. I was like hoping mine sealed because they're still kind of warm. So there you go, and these are completely done in liquid and no liquid. Now here is potatoes. Imagine to have them in the counter. So this is my potatoes. I didn't put any liquid on the potatoes because I've already done them before. These I use them for potato salad, mashed potato, potato and egg,
Look at those potatoes. They're amazing. They're so good. And you can do it with any potatoes. I just like the red potatoes. You pick it up and these are ready to go in your pantry. Here's another one, and here's my last one. You notice how they form liquid on them? And I didn't put any liquid, I put them dry. So you take off the rings, you give them a little shake so they're not sticking together. And there you go, there's your potatoes. They're so good. If I wanted to make potatoes, they're done. Anytime that you're in a hurry, they're ready. So then all you do is you do this to anything that you do. You always want to give them a good wash, because remember, they're going to go in your pantry. And then, good rinse. Had it been something real sticky like jelly and jams, I would have really gone in there and been super extra, but these are just liquid. Look at those sweet potatoes. They're so good. Like, I already want to open it up and eat it. There you go. And here's my sweet potatoes with hot water. Texture is the same. So there's my other one. So that's it. These go here in the washer. Never save them with a ring, because you want to make sure that they seal. So like this, they're already ready to be in your pantry. How amazing is this? But I really hope you enjoy these videos and that you do them to save. And I do this solely for the purpose of teaching you something they didn't teach me, or a lot of people that I know that we didn't grow up canning. I say that it's not very common in the Hispanic or Mexican community, because I don't know anybody that does. So maybe you do, but I don't. So there you go. All you do is you label them and put them in your pantry, and they're ready to go. Shelf stable potatoes, already cooked, and sweet potatoes, my favorite. I love these. They kind of remind me of my mangos, and they're not that mushy. Later on, I'll show you a recipe where I make them so that you can see the texture. Maybe I'll do them tonight. Cook them a little with marshmallows and brown sugar, so we can have a taste test so you can see how good they are. Well, thank you so much for following me again. This is Soledad with Canning with Sol. Don't forget to subscribe, go to YouTube, and share, and let people know so that they can also learn and benefit from all these recipes. And remember, this is for any kind of potato. So it's 3 hours in the water bath. Next month, I'm going to be teaching you how to pressure can, but this whole month is a water bath. We're sticking to that. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.